and welcome to Spotlight on Fenton Community High School. My name is Lucy Johnson, a Fenton High School student, BTV intern, and your host for this episode. Today we'll be discussing the Fenton Internship and Mentor Program with our guests, Kat Bushek, Marketing Coordinator at Bensenville Community Public Library, and Patrick Busek, a Fenton student. Kat, can you tell us about the Fenton Internship Program and how you got involved with it?
Yes, so I've always liked helping other people, and when Fenton contacted me to ask if I wanted to mentor someone, I was like, heck yeah, sign me up. So that's how I got involved with it.
What are some key benefits students gain from participating in the internship program at the Bensenville Library?
So interns, if they intern here at the library and they come to me, we're going to focus on a lot about marketing topics. So like creating flyers, creating social media things. And it's really just an opportunity for an intern to figure out if they want to be in the marketing field.
How do you, as a mentor, guide a student like Patrick in their internship experience?
So right now we're working on a social media video, and we've kind of been going step by step, kind of figuring out like what we want to say in that video. How do you want this video to look? Like, do you need photos? What kind of, do you need props for this video? It's kind of going step by step, but we also kind of do like meetings, and he might watch me like do statistics for things. So it's kind of a combination of a lot of things.
Patrick, how did you hear about this program or be interested in it?
I became interested in this program when I was selecting my classes. I found the internship part like when selecting classes, and I chose it because I wanted hands-on experience in the field I may want to choose later in my life.
What has your experience been like working at the staff at the library?
It's been great working with Kat because I've been like gaining a lot of knowledge from someone who's been like in that field for like a long time.
Mm-hmm. What are some of the projects or tasks you work on while at the library?
Right now we're working on a social media task. I have to work on uploading an Instagram reel, and there's a lot more steps to it than some people may think. I have to plan the video, research about the topic, and then put it all together.
What are some of the biggest takeaways or lessons that students can apply later in life in their career or future studies through the internship program?
It's really all about figuring out whether the students want to be in the field or not. So whether it's marketing or anything else that they apply to, it's really a great opportunity for them to figure out, do I like taking photography? Do I like doing videos? Do I like the statistics part of marketing? So it helps them figure out what to do in college.
Mm-hmm. This is for either of you. What advice would you give a student or an organization that wants to get involved in the program?
I say give it a shot because you're working with people that are like experienced and know what they're doing. And if you don't like it, at least you gave it a shot. Yeah.
And I would say that if you are in the Bensenville area and you want to mentor a student, definitely do so. You have to contact Lauren Lem at Fenton High School and sign up for it.
Looking ahead, how do you see the internship program growing or evolving within the library?
So right now, it's just me doing the marketing internship, and sometimes like every other year, like someone from an LTA program comes to the library and also does an internship with us, and it kind of depends what they want to do. So that's kind of how we do internships. But I mean, any librarian, if they're interested, could probably do an internship if they really wanted to.
Well, thank you both for coming on. We will be right back after this commercial break.
The Water's Edge Aquatic Center is an indoor aquatic facility attached to the Edge Ice Arena at 545 John Street, offering diving boards and a 13-foot diving well and an 8-lane, 25-yard lap pool ranging from 5 to 6 feet deep. The Water's Edge Aquatic Center is also available for private functions and parties. Be active, be entertained, be inspired. Experience the spectacular Water's Edge Aquatic Center.
Hi, I'm Lucy Johnson, a student at Fenton High School right here in Bensenville. Fenton is more than just a place for academics. It's a place where students like me can grow, explore, and thrive in so many different ways. Whether you're into sports, theater, music, or anything else, Fenton has something for you. And with year-round sporting events, concerts, and performances, there's always something going on. And the best part, it's open to the community. Everybody is welcome to come cheer on Fenton students as they showcase their talents. Want to learn more? Visit our website or check us out on social media for updates and events. Fenton High School, where there's always something more to discover.
Bensonville, where diversity meets affordability. Our residential neighborhoods are enriched with multiple parks and facilities seamlessly woven into the community's fabric. Experience a wealth of recreational opportunities, from the Redmond Recreational Complex to the Edge Ice Arenas. Bensonville offers year-round events, including a summer concert series, figure skating events, a magical holiday tree festival, and more. Bensonville is the perfect choice for families and businesses alike. When choosing your community, think Bensonville.
You're watching Bensonville TV, providing local government programming to residents 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, featuring board meetings, news, events, bulletin boards, and original programming about the services provided by our municipal government and affiliated organizations. Always on, offering community information anytime. To find out more, visit our website, www.bensonville.il.us. Live, learn, explore. Bensonville Community Television.
Hi, and welcome back to Spotlight on Fenton Community High School. My name is Lucy Johnson, a Fenton High School student, BTV intern, and your host for this episode. During this segment, we'll be discussing the Fenton Internship and Mentor Program with our guest, Ryan Giles, a funeral home director and manager at Giles Funeral Home, and Mara Tinnis, a Fenton student. Ryan, can you share how you got involved in the internship program?
Yeah, so if I recall, it was just an email that was sent to us. I'm a teacher, or I used to be a teacher by trade, and about 6 years ago got involved in the funeral industry. So it's one of the things like, hey, can we teach another student? Why not? And it's also something that we don't get very often, right? You don't hear that kids want to be a funeral director. So just thought it was an opportunity to jump on and decided to go with it, really.
Mm-hmm. Well, what type of
I was just going to say, as far as I know, I'm the first Fenton student to do an internship at Giles Funeral Home, too. So that's pretty cool.
Well, what type of skills or experiences do students like Mara get by interning at a funeral home that maybe you wouldn't get in a traditional internship?
So, I mean, besides the obvious aspect, right, of dealing with a different part of life, right, where we're now talking about the end of someone's life, which is pretty unique to our industry, it's everything. It really is. It's her, doing things at the computer. It's her writing things down, creating documents. She was, went to a house call with us the other day where we had to go and pick up somebody who passed away. So she's in the field, whether it's at the funeral home or in the community, and really, getting a lot of hands-on experience.
Wow, yeah. As a mentor, how do you guide and support students in such a unique and sensitive industry?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I think it's unique really to everybody. Mara is her own personality, and I think from the jump it would kind of seem like she was comfortable with whether it's just communicating with other families or with us and the staff. But yeah, it's a sensitive environment, right? And I think it's unique case by case, whether everything's different, So every time somebody comes in, whether they're mourning in different ways, she's been able to handle it in a great way, and it's hard to do. But like I said, it's kind of more of a case by case situation, and it's real life, right? It's like us communicating with each other and making sure we're supporting each other, and I really haven't seen any issues where she has struggled really in that regard either. So I think that's probably the extent of it.
Mara, what drew you to such a niche field of work?
Well, it was a lot of things, Lucy. Obviously, my first thought was I want to help people. And I didn't want to be a therapist. I didn't want to be a doctor, but I still wanted to help people. So I thought mortuary science would be the best line of work for me. Mm. And then it's also just the history. I love history. I collect antiques. So when I was first getting into that, I looked a lot into the mourning customs that Victorians had. And from that, it just drew me to the modern customs we have today dealing with death. And that in total is oh my gosh. And that overall is why I wanted to get into this specific field of work.
Interesting. Well, what has been the most valuable or eye-opening part of your experience?
Well, I would say it is talking to the families, because as Ryan mentioned, grief affects everyone so differently, and you don't realize that until you work with it up front. Mm-hmm. And you also don't realize how death affects people even in ways other than grief until you're working right by the front line of it. So I think I would have to say, going to the house calls and not interviewing people, but talking to families once they come to the funeral home to set up funeral processions. It's really an eye-opener to see how they're being affected and how we can help them.
Well, you talked about talking to these families and being sort of a part of this grieving process. How have you managed to balance, it must be an emotional experiencing this. How have you managed to balance still being professional in these environments?
It is very emotional. Sometimes you just gotta hold back tears, and genuinely some of it is very sad because you're seeing these families go through things, and maybe someone reminds you of a loved one you lost, and you're seeing other people cry, and you have to be empathetic towards them. So it's just you just kind of do it, and it's hard to say it like that, but as long as you are mentally and emotionally in a good place, it is relatively easy to balance my work life or my internship life along with my school life. I wouldn't say it's traumatizing me at all, but that's because I've always wanted to be a mortician. So since 8th grade, which is when I decided, I've prepared myself beforehand, knowing that I was going to see this, I was going to see that. And I think that mindset of me being prepared for it really helped the transition into the internship go smoothly. And it's part of the reason now why I can go into the funeral home and do my job just as they would, because I'm on the same emotional level as people who've been working in the field for 10 plus years and went to college for it.
Well, what type of new skills have you learned with your tasks and responsibilities at the funeral home?
I would say communication. I've always been a big talker, but you definitely have to communicate with families in different ways because no one's the same and no one deals with grief the same way. So you just kind of play it by ear, and I've learned how to talk to people a lot better with emotional situations because I've never been too good with comforting people, but definitely with this, I've gotten 10 times better. And besides that, I've gotten better at being active. I wasn't a very active person, I never did sports, but definitely if you're a mortician or a funeral director, you're on your toes all day, and each day it's never the same thing. So it's helped me in that aspect too.
Well, for either of you, how has the internship program helped connect Fenton students with possible careers that they want in the future?
So personally, growing up, I had friends that did these kind of things in high school, right? Where they would be like a mechanic for the day. They would go to the different the trades, right? And they would go and learn those skills. And I was always kind of envious a little bit now, looking back and seeing kind of how they have that skill now, right? And they were able to have that experience prior to them making some really big decisions, whether it be going to college or different vocational school, and getting some of that experience before actually jumping into it and taking some of those financial responsibilities that come with college and things. So really, it's kind of cool that she has that opportunity to do that.
Just branching on to what he said, being able to do this internship with Giles means a lot to me. Because when I first wanted to do this job in 8th grade, I never thought that I would be able to have any experience prior to college because I already had my college plan set out. So I was a little scared that I would do all this work, go to college, and end up not liking the job. But because of this internship, I not only can see that I like the job and I want to stick with this until I graduate high school for the rest of my life when I graduate college, but also it gives me skills and lets me know how funeral homes work. So when I do become an intern again after I graduate college, I can hit the ground running. And I mean, this will help me get my job sooner. This will help me fit in a lot more. And because Giles, like many other funeral homes, is a smaller family business, it's such a great environment. And it really keeps me encouraged to stick with this job. And even if it wasn't this job in itself, Giles has shown me it's really the path for me. And they have me doing everything, a little bit of everything. So you know, it's a full experience to get me prepared for my future.
Yeah, I agree with my internship at BTV. Like, there's a lot of different aspects of it that I didn't expect myself to like more than other sides. And so it's definitely giving me like insight into what I might want to do for my career. For either of you, what are some key lessons or takeaways participating in the internship program, either as an intern or a mentor?
I think first off is I don't think everybody is going to be, well, first of all, it's pretty unique, right, that Mara wanted to do this, right? So I would love to have more interest in the community, to learn about what it is that we do here and to help out. But just as all the people we serve, right, like Mara's unique personality, and I think it takes that, right? So looking forward, right, maybe are you going to get somebody that is well adjusted as Mara would be, right? What kind of other? It's very possible, right, that she came in the first day and decided to walk out because something. She didn't like something, or was nervous or scared, but that's not what we get with her. So to see somebody like her come in and have such a positive response with the staff, and then with also the community that we serve, I think it's pretty unique. So yeah, hopefully in the future, if there is that need, that we would get somebody that has a lot of those same personalities that Mara does, that it takes, right, to deal with something so sensitive.
I, like Ryan said, it's not a common job or internship you see high schoolers doing. And I do think it is a very fulfilling job to have. But because I'm still in high school choosing this job or my internship, kids obviously do pick fun of me, and I do stereotypically look like the person who would work at a funeral home. But if you can ignore the stupid comments from other kids and just really focus on your own passion, I think that's all that matters. Whatever internship you choose. I mean, and this is personal to me, especially just working at Giles, I just think it is so important to do what you want to do. Because if you don't, then you're going to end up with a job in the future that you just won't like, and you'll be miserable. So it's important to do these internships at a younger age so you know what you want to do, so you can have a better adult life in future.
I completely agree with everything you said.
That's pretty unique, though, of you to understand that and think that way.
Well, kids will be kids, right? I get it. It's high school. Some things, if they're different, kids just poke fun at it because our frontal lobes aren't developed yet, so it takes a bit of understanding. And teenagers aren't famous for having empathy for others. But, stick to what you know, stick to what you love. That's what I say.
Ain't that the truth?
Ain't that the
Ain't that the
truth?
truth? Well, that's
like
all
that.
the questions that I have. Is there anything else that you'd like to share?
Oh, no, thank you very much for having us.
Thank you for
Lucy
coming
Johnson.
on. Thank you for talking with us. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to tune in next time for Spotlight on Fenton Community High School. Bye.